Friends, welcome to Open University. In last class, we were discussing about voltage regulator. Okay, voltage regulator के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे थे. तो voltage regulator एक regulated power supply का last block है. And why we are using basically this voltage regulator? Because to get constant DC output voltage. Okay, the output of filter is that DC voltage is not constant, that can change with respect to change in supply voltage or with respect to change in the load current. Okay, and if you want to get constant DC output voltage irrespective of change in supply voltage and irrespective of change in load current, then you must connect a voltage regulator after the filter. Then we classify voltage regulator into linear regulator and non-linear regulator, and we will be talking about only linear regulator. Okay, then we classify linear regulator as regulator using discrete components and IC regulators. Okay, regulators using discrete components is of two types. One is shunt regulator, another is series regulator, and then IC regulator is of two types. One is fixed voltage IC regulator, examples like IC780XX and IC79XX, and adjustable voltage IC regulator is like something like IC723 is an adjustable voltage regulator whose output, it can produce two types of output: low voltage output or high voltage output. Low voltage output means output is less than 7 volt, and high voltage output means output will be greater than 7 volt. Then we discuss about Zener-Dyer topics. Okay, and in Zener-Dyer, to operate in breakdown region, the condition is the voltage across Zener-Dyer must be greater than Vz, and current through the Zener-Dyer should be greater than Iz mean, minimum Zener current. Okay, so Zener-Dyer when operated in breakdown region, it will behave like a constant voltage source. Okay, then we discussed particularly Zener-Dyer shunt regulator. Okay, then we discussed some problems on this Zener-Dyer shunt regulator. Now take one problem. Okay, on this topic of Zener-Dyer shunt regulator. Calculate the output voltage. Calculate output voltage in circuit shown. Calculate output voltage in circuit shown. If Zener-Dyers are ideal, and their breakdown voltages are Vz1 equal to 20 volt and Vz2 equal to 12 volt. Vz1 equal to 12 volt and Vz2 equal to 20 volt. Sorry, Vz1 equal to 20 volt. Vz1 equal to 20 volt and Vz2 equal to 12 volt. Vz1 equal to 20 volt and Vz2 equal to 12 volt. Okay, so draw the diagram. this is also 1 kilo, this is also 1 kilo. The input voltage is 40 volt. This is your G naught at 1, this is Z2, and this is your V naught. The voltage across this diode is V naught. So it is asked to find out the output voltage. Okay, it is asked to find out the output voltage. So whenever it is asked to find out what is the output voltage in such Zener diode circuits having Zener diode, you need to first check out whether the Zener diodes are in breakdown or not. Okay, and to find out whether the Zener diodes in breakdown or not, you first open circuit the Zener diodes. Okay, make them open circuited. Okay, make them open circuited and calculate the voltage across each diode. Okay, if the voltage across the diode will exceed the Zener voltage, okay, if the voltage across each diode exceeds their breakdown voltage, then they will be in breakdown, otherwise they will be in cutoff region. Now all these resistance now are connected in series. So can you find out what is the voltage across this Zener diode? Can you find out what is the voltage across this diode? Okay, let I am assuming this voltage as Vx, okay, and this voltage as Vy. I am assuming it. So write down one point. Let Z1 and Z2 be off. Let Z1 and Z2 be off. Okay. So using voltage divider, calculate what is the value of Vx and Vy. So using voltage divider or voltage division techniques, Vx will be this 40 volt into 2 divided by 3, which will be 26.6 volt, which will be 26.6 volt. 26.6 volt. Now this is your Z1. What was the breakdown voltage of Z1? Bz1 was 20 volt. Bz1 was 20 volt. Now how much voltage is now dropping? Is now drop across this Z1 is 26.6 volt, which is greater than this 20 volt. Okay, that means voltage across Zener diode is exceeding the Zener voltage. Okay, exceeding the breakdown voltage. So this Z1 will be in breakdown. Okay, will be in breakdown, and when it is in breakdown, we will replace this Zener diode with a voltage source. Okay, with a voltage source like this. Replace Z1 with a voltage source like this. Positive terminal towards this side and negative terminals towards this side. How much voltage? What is Vz1? 20 volt. Because Z1 is in breakdown, so you will, when Zener diode is in breakdown, we will replace. When Zener diode is in breakdown, we will replace Zener diode with its breakdown voltage Vz. What is the Vz1? 20 volt. That's why I replace Z1 with 20 volt. Now calculate what is the value of Vy. Now by looking at this 20 volt will be equally drop across each resistance. So Vy will be 10 volt. Okay, so what will be your Vy? Vy will be 10 volt. Okay, so voltage across Z2 is 10 volt. But what is the breakdown voltage of Z2 was 12 volt. Okay, which is, that means the voltage across Z2 is less than its breakdown voltage. Okay, and when voltage across Z2, when voltage across Zener diode will be less than breakdown voltage, your Zener diode will be in off condition. Okay, off condition means we will replace Zener diode with open circuit. Okay, with open circuit. So how much will be output voltage? If you have open circuit this diode, so this 20 volt will drop across 1 kilo ohm, so will equally drop across 1 kilo ohm, so output voltage will be 10 volt. This is the answer to the question. 10 volt is the answer. When the voltage across, when this V, this is your Zener diode, when this V voltage across Zener diode, when the reverse bias is less than the breakdown voltage, we will replace Zener diode with open circuit. Okay, with open circuit. Let's say I am open circuited this Z2 because voltage across Z2 is 10 volt, which is less than its breakdown voltage. So I will replace Z2 with open circuit. Write down the next question. In circuit shown, write down the next question. In circuit shown, Zener diodes have breakdown voltage 10 volt. Zener diodes have breakdown voltage 10 volt. Full stop. And their reverse saturation currents are, I naught equal to I naught 1 equal to 1 microampere and I naught 2 equal to 2 microampere. Calculate voltage across each diode. Calculate voltage across each diode. Okay, calculate voltage across each diode. If first point, if Vi, input voltage Vi is 9 volt, if Vi is 9 volt. Second question, if Vi equal to 11 volt. And third question, if Vi is 9 volt, if Vi is 9 volt, or if Vi equals to 9 volt, and each diode is shunted by a resistor of 1 mega ohm, and each diode is shunted by a resistor of 1 mega ohm, by a resistor of 1 mega ohm. Okay, see, this is your circuit given. This is your input voltage. Okay, this is your Z1 and this is your Z2. So question, what are the data given? I01, it is given that in circuit shown general diodes have breakdown voltage 10 volt. Each diode is having breakdown voltage 10 volt. Okay, Vz equals to 10 volt, that is Vz1 equal to Vz2 equal to 10 volt, and the reverse saturation currents are I0 equal to 1 microampere and I02 equal to 2 microampere. These are the data given, and it is asked to find out what is the voltage across each diode. Voltage across each diode. In first case, if input voltage is 9 volt. Second case, if input voltage is 11 volt. Third case, if Vi is 9 volt and each diode is shunted by some resistor of 1 mega ohm, this diode will be shunted by some resistor of 1 mega ohm, and this is also shunted by of resistor of 1 mega ohm. So how to get what will be the voltage across each diode? Okay, now it is given that the reverse saturation current of Z1 is 1 microampere and Z2 is 2 microampere. Reverse saturation current means leakage current, and what will be the direction of reverse saturation current? From this to this side. Okay, the reverse saturation current will flow in this way. Okay, for this diode I01 value is given to be 1 microampere, and for this diode I02 value is 2 microampere. Now I01 value and I02 value are not same, they are different. Okay, but here both the Zener diodes are connected in series. Okay, so one single current will flow through both the diodes, and that single current is nothing but the smaller between the two currents. So what is the smaller current? 1 microampere will flow in both the diodes. Okay, so write down this point. Write down this point. Since diodes have unequal reverse saturation current, smaller of the two currents will flow. That is 1 microampere will flow in both the diodes. That is 1 microampere will flow through each diode. So this will be the current through both the diodes will be 1 microampere. This much of current will flow in both the diodes. Okay, now my interest is, the question is about finding the voltage across each diode. Okay, now in the first case it is asked to find out voltage across each diode when input voltage is 9 volt. When input voltage is 9 volt, find out voltage across each diode. You can do open circuit test. Okay, open circuit both the diodes and find out the voltage. Okay, find out the voltage Now in this case, in first case, input voltage is 9 volt. If you open circuit both the diodes, okay, if you will open circuit both the diodes, so you see that each diode having breakdown voltage 10 volt. Okay, that means to check out whether each diode will be in breakdown or not, you find out voltage across each diode. Okay, and if voltage across a diode will greater than the breakdown voltage, then the diode will be considered to be as a constant voltage source. Now the input voltage is 9 volt, but each diode having breakdown voltage 10 volt. That means if voltage across each diode exceeds 10 volt or equal to 10 volt, then only they will be considered as open constant voltage source. But here input voltage is less than 10 volt, that means no diode will be in breakdown. So both the diodes will be in off condition because they are in reverse bias. They are reverse bias, that's why the input both the diodes will be in off condition. Okay, both the diodes will be off condition. So write down this point as input voltage Vi, as input voltage Vi is less than Vz. Okay, both the diodes or you can say no diode can be in breakdown. No diodes can be in breakdown. Okay, but both the diodes are in reverse bias. But both diodes are in reverse bias. Reverse bias. Now both the diodes are in reverse bias, so they will be considered to be open circuited. Okay, my interest is to find out what is the voltage across each diode. Let the voltage across this Z1 I am denoting like this. Okay, is V1, and voltage across this Z2, this is your Z1 and this is your Z2. Let the voltage across Z2 is V2, is V2. Now this is your diode. Okay, this is your normal diode. This is your normal diode, and if this is the forward current I, then and this is the forward voltage V, we denote basically this way. If this is diode, normal diode, the direction of forward current is in this direction, and the voltage across this forward bias diode will be V, like this, positive sign towards this side and negative signs towards this side. Now I am denoting this way. Okay, voltage across V1 is positive towards this side and negative towards this side. V2 is positive towards this side and negative towards this side. Okay, and the direction of the forward current is in this direction. Okay. Okay, so in this direction what will be the current? If this direction current is 1 microampere, in this direction current will be minus 1 microampere. This will be minus 1 microampere. I am basically showing the current direction and the voltage polarity in this way to use the equation of forward current. What is the equation of forward current? I equal to I naught e to the power eta Vt e to the power V by eta Vt I naught into e to the power V by eta Vt minus 1. Basically, if I want to use this expression of forward current of the diode, okay, forward current of the diode, and this is the forward voltage across the diode, then I have to show the current direction in this direction and voltage polarity in this direction. Okay, then I can use the equation of forward current. Okay, and from this equation V is nothing but the voltage across the forward bias diode. Okay, so from this equation find out what is the value of V. V will be the value of V, the formula for V will be eta Vt log I by I naught plus 1. This will be the formula for your voltage across the forward bias diode. Eta Vt log I by I naught plus 1. My interest is to find out what is V1 and V2. Now, you first find out what is the voltage across D2. Voltage across diode D2, and voltage across diode D2 will be V2, and V2 will be equal to eta Vt into log, what is the forward current through D2 is nothing but minus 1 microampere or minus I naught 1. Okay, minus I naught 1 divided by I naught plus 1. So what is I? I basically the forward current through Z2. What is the forward current through Z2? The forward current through Z2 is same as forward current through Z1, that is nothing but I minus I naught 1. So minus I naught 1 by I naught plus 1. And what is I naught? I naught is nothing but I naught 2, reverse saturation current of Z2. Okay, reverse saturation current of Z2. If you calculate what eta value is 1, okay, this is your eta value is 1 into 26 millivolt log of Y naught 1 value is minus 1 microampere minus 1 into 10 power minus 6 divided by what is I naught 2 value? 2 microampere. Okay, 2 microampere plus 1 So 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 6 will be cancelled. 1 minus half will be half. So it will be 26 into 10 power minus 3 into log of half. Then the answer will be minus 0.018 volt. Minus 0.018 volt. Minus 0.018 volt. So voltage, this forward voltage across Z2 is minus 0.018 volt. If this voltage V2 is minus 0.018 volt, then what will be this voltage? Plus 0.018 volt. That means, and plus 0.018 volt. Okay, this side positive, this side negative, this voltage will be 0.018 volt. And this voltage, okay, this voltage is now less than the breakdown voltage. Positive terminal to this side and negative terminal to this side, this indicate that Z2 is in reverse bias, but this reverse voltage across the diode is less than the breakdown voltage, that is less than 10 volt. So Z2 will be in off condition. So Z2 will be in reverse bias but off condition. Okay, but my interest is to find out what is the voltage across V1. Voltage across V1. To find out voltage across V1, you can apply KVL. KVL in this loop. If you apply, okay, apply KVL, then minus VA minus V1 minus V2 will be equal to 0. If you apply KVL in this loop, minus VA minus V1 minus V2 equal to 0. V2 is known, VA is known. Okay, VA is 9 volt. So V1 will be equal to minus VA minus V2. What is VA? 9 minus what is V2? That is plus 0.018 volt. This will be minus 8.982 volt. Minus 8.982 volt. This is what your V1. That means plus or minus V1 is minus 8.982 volt. That means what will be this voltage? Plus 8.982 volt. Okay, and this voltage is less than 10 volt. So Z1 is also in breakdown. So both the diodes in breakdown. So this is the way to calculate the voltage across each diode. Okay, you need to use the forward current equation of the diode, and from that you can get the voltage across forward voltage across the diode, and you need to give the symbol of forward voltage like this and get the voltage across each diode using this equation. Okay, across any one diode, then I apply KVL to get the voltage across other diode. Okay, and from this value of V1 and V2, we can conclude that since the voltage across each diode is less than their breakdown voltage, so both the diodes are in off. Okay, so write down one note. This is the value of V1 and this is the value of V2. It was asked to find out what is the voltage across each diode. So answer is V1 equal to this much and V2 equal to this much. Okay, write down one note. when two diodes are connected in series and in reverse bias then first point maximum voltage will drop across a diode which has smaller reverse saturation current. The reverse saturation current of I01 was 1 microampere and the reverse saturation current of Z2 was I02 equal to 2 microampere. So maximum voltage will drop across a diode which has smaller reverse saturation current. Right on the second point, equal voltage will drop across each diode if their reverse saturation currents are equal. If their reverse saturation currents are equal. Then move to the second question when input voltage is 11 volt. So remember this conclusion. That when two diodes are connected in series, when two Zener diodes are connected, or when two diodes are connected in series and in reverse bias, maximum voltage will appear across a diode which has smaller reverse saturation current, and equal voltage will drop across both the diodes if their reverse saturation currents are equal. Next, move to the second question when input voltage is 11 volt. Use the same method to calculate voltage across any one of the diode using the equation of diode. And then apply, after knowing the voltage across one diode, apply KVL to get the voltage across the other diode. So I will be using the same process to calculate the voltage across each diode. When input voltage is 11 volt. Now input voltage is 11 volt. So use the equation of diode I equal to I naught into e power v d by eta vt, v by eta vt minus 1. From that we get that voltage, forward voltage across the diode V is, this is the formula, eta vt log 1 plus I by I naught. This is the forward voltage across the diode and this is the forward current through the diode. If you want to find out what is V2, that is the voltage across forward voltage across Z2, then it will be eta Vt log 1 plus, what is the forward current through the Z2, is your minus I naught 1, and what is I naught, is nothing but I naught 2. Okay, 1 into 26 into 10 power minus 3 log of 1 minus I naught was 1 microampere divided by I naught 2 was 2 microampere. So it will be 26 into 10 power minus 3 log of half, it will be minus 0.018 volt. This is your V2. Then how to get voltage across V1? Apply KVL. Okay, if you apply KVL, then what will happen? Minus Vi minus V1 minus V2 equals to 0, then V1 will be equal to minus VA minus V2. VA value is 11 volt, so minus 11 minus V2 is minus 0.018 volts, so minus minus plus 0.018. So this answer will be minus 10.982 volt. Now here you need to do some check whether by finding out voltage across each diode, you need to check whether both the diodes are in breakdown or not. So how to check? See, if B1, this side positive negative, this side negative, is minus 10.982 volt, then what will be this side? This voltage plus 10.982 volt, and the voltage across this reverse voltage across the generator is exceeding 10 volt, that is the breakdown voltage. So we will replace Z1 with what? With a constant voltage source 10 volt. So replace Z1 with a constant voltage source like this. Okay. Replace Z1 with VZ. What is VZ? 10 volt. Now, if V2 equal to minus 0.018 volt, that means plus sign this side and negative sign towards this side is minus 0.018 volt, then this voltage will be plus 0.018 volt. This voltage will be plus 0.018 volt. So that indicates this diode is in reverse bias but not in breakdown. So it will be off. Now, after finding out voltage across each diode, you replace, since Z1 is in breakdown, I am replacing Z1 with a voltage source 10 volt. Now you apply KVL in this loop to find out what is the voltage across B2, because this was the voltage directly we are finding out applying KVL. So now again check what is B2. Okay, recalculate again B2 value. Now your B1 value is 10 volt. Earlier B1 value was minus 10.982 volt, but now B1 value is 10 volt. This is your correct B1 value. After checking whether breakdown voltage is reverse voltage is greater than breakdown voltage or not, we find out that B1 value is 10 volt. But from calculation by applying KVL, we found out that B1 value was 10.982 volt. Okay, this is your correct B1. 10.982 volt is not the correct B1. Okay. Now apply KVL again to find out V2. This will be minus VA minus V1 minus V2 equal to 0. Then V2 will be equal to minus VA minus V1, that is minus 11 minus this side is, this was V1 na? This was V1. So if this voltage is 10 volt, then this voltage will be minus 10 volt. V1 will be, this V1 will be minus 10 volt. So minus minus plus 10 volt, which will be minus 1 volt. So V2 value will be minus 1 volt. This is the answer to the second question. V1 value is plus 10 volt, V2 value is not, this value is plus 10 volt, so V1 value is minus 10 volt. Okay. This V1 will be minus 10 volt. So this is the answer. So V1 value is minus 10 volt and V2 value is minus 1 volt. So first find out voltage across V2 by using diode equation, then apply KVL, then get the voltage across V1, then check whether Z1 is in breakdown or not. If it is in breakdown, then replace Z1 with a constant voltage source. Okay, then again find out what is the voltage across Z1, then again apply KVL to get the voltage across V2. So this is the process you need to find out to get the voltage across V1 and V2. This is the process you need to follow. And from this we can conclude one point. So write down one note. I don't want note that when two Zener diodes are connected in series and in reverse bias, if input voltage is greater than Zener voltage, if input voltage Vi is exceeding Vz, okay, then a Zener diode having smaller reverse saturation current will be in breakdown fast. This diode is in breakdown, okay, and the reverse saturation current of this diode is small. Among these two diodes, its reverse saturation current is small. So write down this point. When two Zener diodes are connected in series, and in reverse bias, then a Zener diode with smaller reverse saturation current, will be in breakdown fast. Okay, this diode is in breakdown, but this is not in breakdown. Will be in breakdown fast. Then a Zener diode with smaller reverse saturation current will be in breakdown fast. Okay. Okay. Zener diode with smaller reverse saturation current will be in breakdown fast when input voltage is greater than Zener voltage. Now in this case input voltage is 11 volt, which is greater than 10 volt. Okay, Zener voltage. That's why this is the note. Next move to the third question. Input voltage is now 9 volt, but each diode are now shunted by a resistance of 1 mega ohm. It is asked to find out what is the output voltage. See, this is a 1 mega ohm resistor. And this is your input voltage. Now input voltage is 9 volt. Okay, and this is your Z1, this is your Z1, and this is your Z2. Now in this case it is asked to find out voltage across each diode. Okay, so let let the current through this 1 mega ohm resistor is I1. Let current is I1 through this resistor is I1, and through this resistor is I2, and you know that this is I01. Current through Z1 is I01, and current through Z2 is I02. Now they are not in series, so their currents will be, reverse saturation current will be different. So first indicate these signs, okay, and find out what is the value of V1 and V2. Voltage across each diode, let this be V1. I am now indicating the signs like this, plus or minus V1, and this is V2. This is your V1 and this is your V2. V1 is the voltage across Z1 and V2 is the voltage across Z2. Okay, so if you apply KCL, at this point, okay, if you apply KCL, then what will happen? What is the incoming current? I01 plus I1. Okay, I01 plus I1 equal to, what is the leaving current? I02 plus I2. I02 plus I2. So you can write I1 minus I2 equal to I02 minus I01. So it will be 2 microampere minus 1 microampere, which will be 1 microampere, equation 1. So I1 minus I2 equal to 1 microampere. Then you apply KVL in this loop. Okay, KVL in this loop. If you apply KVL in this loop, then minus VA minus I into 1 mega ohm minus I1 into 1 mega ohm plus minus VA plus I1 into 1 mega ohm plus I2 into the voltage across this resistor is I2 into 1 mega ohm, 1 into 10 power 6. Okay, equals to 0. So you can write I1 plus I2, okay, into 1 into 10 power 6 equals to Vi, that is nothing but 11, that is nothing but 9. What is input voltage? 9 volt. So you can write I1 plus I2, if you bring this 1 into 10 power 6 to this side, it will be 9 microampere. Okay, it will be 9 microampere. This is your equation 2. So solve both the equations. And if you solve equation 1 and 2, okay, then your I1 will be 5 microampere and I2 will be 4 microampere. I2 will be 4 microampere. Then we find out what is V1. V1 equal to I1 into 10 power 6. So what is I1? 5 into 10 power minus 6 into 10 power plus 6, which will be 5 volt. So your V1 value is 5 volt, and V2 will be I1, V2 will be I2 into 10 power 6, Okay, which will I2 is 4 microampere, 4 into 10 power minus 6 into 10 power 6, which will be 4 volt. So V1 value is 5 volt and V2 value is 4 volt. From the topic of Zener diode, definitely one question will come in the GATE exam, also for IAS exam. In every year, one question from this Zener diodes regulator topic, one question is there, 2-mark question. Okay, so you need to practice this Zener diode topic. Okay, next give the heading, next type of regulator, that is op-amp control series regulator. Give the heading op-amp control series regulator. Okay, give the heading op-amp control series regulator. Give the heading op-amp control series regulator. Next topic, op-amp control series regulator. draw this diagram. This is R3, this is your op amp, and this is a transistor R1, R2, this is R3. In the next video, we'll discuss its operation. Okay, the next video will be discussing about its operation, how it provides constant DC output voltage. BI is a fluctuating DC output of filter, or it is on-regulated AC supply voltage. BI you can call as on-regulated AC supply voltage or fluctuating DC output voltage of on-regulated AC supply voltage. Or you can say fluctuating DC output of filter. The input to this regulator is filter output. In the next video, we will discuss its operation, how it works. Okay, so thank you.